Welcome to today's June 21st, 2017 Public Facilities Commission meeting. We're starting off today with the Public Facilities Department.
Good morning, Commissioners. This morning we're beginning, as Chair Craven said, with the Public Facilities Department. We have 2 votes to present this morning. I would also just make a note that we have meeting minutes from the last meeting, which was on May 17th of 2017. We have meeting minutes for the Public Facilities Department and the Department of Neighborhood Development. Is there a motion to approve the minutes?
Motion.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you. The meeting minutes are approved. Vote number 1 with the Public Facilities Department is with James McQueen. He's a senior project manager. This vote concerns a request for approval to utilize Mass General Laws Chapter 149A Construction Management at Risk Delivery Method for the Boston Arts Academy, also known as the BAA project. This is authority to enter into a construction management at risk contract with a competitively procured and qualified construction management at risk firm. This also seeks permission for a notice to proceed application with the Office of the Inspector General to utilize the procurement procedures of Mass General Law Chapter 149A, Sections 1 through 11, which is a construction management at risk delivery method for the Boston Arts Academy project. That project is located at 174 Ipswich Street in Boston. Jim, if you would present your vote request.
Good morning.
The Boston Arts Academy project seeks to construct a new 150,000 square foot facility for 500 student STEAM high school. STEAM is science, technology, engineering, arts, and math. For grades 9 through 12. It focuses on visual and performing arts. In addition to the spaces that you would find typically in a high school, this will also include a black box theater, a 500-seat auditorium with proscenium stage, dance studios, choral, band orchestra rooms, recital lecture hall, recording suite, practice and ensemble rooms, art studios, and a clothing construction lab. As part of this process, the design team has investigated multiple sites throughout the city and focused on their current site at 174 Ipswich Street. We've looked at more than 7 different options for that site and have come up with a preferred recommendation, which has been submitted to the MSBA for approval. We anticipate a positive vote from the MSBA next week at their board meeting on the 28th. We're seeking to procure this through a construction management at risk process. Because of the size of the project, we're currently estimated at about $96.6 million. It'll be about 150,000 square feet. It has a lot of complexity because it's a 0 lot line site. We also have to deal with the Red Sox across the street, so construction activities on a game day is going to be quite challenging. We also anticipate being able to identify and release early construction packages, which should help us shave 6 to 8 weeks or months, off of the construction process. So that's, in a nutshell, the reason for the request.
May I just have I have 2 questions. Number 1 is the existing structure at 174 Ipswich Street being knocked down?
That's the proposal, yes.
Okay, so that's the old Boston Latin Academy?
That's correct,
okay.
Yes.
And then the, in terms of the phasing of this, like how many years will this take to?
Currently, we're looking to move the students out at the end of next school year and go into abatement and demolition proceedings, probably start construction around January of 2019, and we're looking to have the students in by September of 2021.
And finally, the estimated reimbursement rate at this time from the State School Building Authority would be what for this
We're
project?
looking for approximately 50% total.
Are there elements, and I know this is a question, but just what's the base rate that the city should be getting from the School Building Authority at this time? Do we know? Because there were certain bonus points you could get for reimbursement for different,
Right, right. And actually, we're going back to visit some of those. In the most recent filing, they had reduced the reimbursement rate for maintenance, and we think that that's due to some errors that were made in the submission. We're going back to try to increase that
Okay.
to where it was before.
because 50% sounds a little bit low for the city, but
Right.
thank you.
Would you mind just further explaining how this construction management at-risk delivery method, how it benefits the city?
Sure. There are a number of reasons, in addition to some of the things I've mentioned. In part, it allows us to do a better process of pre-qualifying both the construction manager and the trade firms that are engaged by them, which ultimately assures, I think, a better quality project. It also allows us to work with the construction manager during the design process to really work out some of the phasing and staging issues associated with the construction. It allows us to identify problems that we might upfront that we can avoid during construction. So we've done that on multiple projects in the past. I think the bowling building was the first project that we used that. We also used it on the Boston Public Library, and the Dearborn School is currently using construction management risk.
Thank you.
And what's the temporary home for the school?
We are currently working to move them into the Grover Cleveland School at Fields Corner.
Who's the state assigned OPM or the state approved OPM for the job? Is it the city itself, or did they have another party?
We would be working with PMA
Okay.
consultants.
Right, I have no further questions. Commissioners, any other?
No further questions.
I make a motion that we approve.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you. Thanks,
Thank you
James.
very much.
Thank you. Vote number 1 is approved. Vote number 2 is also with James McQueen, Senior Project Manager for the Public Facilities Department. This is an amendment to the vote of May 17th, 2017. This vote request regards a contract with Icon Architecture Incorporated for architectural design and construction administration services associated with the Massachusetts School Building Authority's Accelerated Repair Program at 5 Boston Public Schools located in Boston, South Boston, Hyde Park, and Dorchester. This is an increase to Icon Architecture's design services contract in the amount of $28,284. James, if you'd present your vote request.
The MSBA Accelerated Repair Program consists of 2 major pieces: a roof replacement at the Dever Elementary School and the McCormick School in Dorchester, and boiler replacements at the Condon School, Boston Latin School, and the Channing Elementary School. The projects have all been bid and collectively are approximately $1 million under the MSBA approved construction budget. We're finalizing the contracts and work is scheduled to begin shortly. Roofing replacement is anticipated to be complete before the beginning of the school year in September, and the boiler replacement will be completed before the heating season starts in October. There's also a small chiller replacement project at the Channing School, and that'll be completed shortly after that. We need to get no longer have a requirement for the chillers before we can swap them out. This amendment is basically to add hazardous materials abatement monitoring services to Icon's contract scope. The work would be provided by Fuss & O'Neill, basically to assure compliance with the Mass Department of Environmental Services requirements.
Could I just ask what the estimated cost of the roofs at McCormick and Dever would be together?
The roofing replacement is, I believe that's about $3 million total.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Any further questions?
No questions?
No questions. Motion?
I second the motion.
All in
to approve.
favor?
Aye.
Thank you. Thanks, James.
Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioners. That concludes the meeting with the Public Facilities Department this morning. Is there a motion to adjourn this segment of the
So
meeting?
moved.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you. Public Facilities Department's meeting has come to a conclusion. We're now transitioning for the Department of Neighborhood Development. From D&D can help with the slides and just get it widened. Thank you. Thank you. Good morning. We're going to now begin with the Department of Neighborhood Development. Before us today, we have Ryan Lundergan. And Ryan is presenting on vote number 1, but we have 4 votes with the Department of Neighborhood Development this morning. Ryan Lundergan is a housing development officer with the Neighborhood Housing Development Division of D&D. His vote request concerns a tentative developer designation and intent to sell to Dream Development LLC. This is vacant land located at 24 Westminster Avenue in Roxbury. The purchase price for the property is $115,000. Ryan, if you'd present your vote request.
Thank you, and good morning.
Good morning.
My name is Ryan Lennergan. I'm a development officer from the Neighborhood Housing Division of Department of Neighborhood Development. I'm requesting on behalf of Department of Neighborhood Development the tentative designation of Dream Development LLC for one parcel outlined in the vote package. D&D conducted an extensive public process that resulted in the vote request. Community meetings were held on January 13th, 2016, February 21st, 2016, April 5th, 2016, and April 26th, 2016. A request for proposals was issued on November 2nd, 2016, and due on December 19th, 2016. The RFP was advertised in the State Central Register on November 2nd, 2016, and the Boston Herald on November 17th, 2016. As a result, 5 development teams applied to the RFP, and 4 were determined to meet the eligibility criteria that was outlined in the RFP. All eligible developers were invited to a community meeting on January 21st, 2017, to present their proposals. Based on community feedback, D&D review, and the Garrison Trotter Neighborhood Association input, the RFP and our review against the RFP evaluation criteria, we recommended the tentative developer designation of Dream Development LLC. The vote package outlines a comprehensive, includes a comprehensive memo about the project and in the PFC request. I've also provided a few handouts, 2 exactly. As you can see, 24 Westminster Ave, this is an outline of what Dream Development LLC plans to do, and this is an overview of the site. Sorry, if you go to the next slide there. In summary, if PFC approves the vote request, it will result in the following public benefits: creation of 11 market rate and middle income home ownership units, enlivening an area with new owner occupants. Of the total units, 1 will be affordable to households at 100% area median income, and the remaining 10 will be market rate units. This will revitalize a vacant piece of land that's been in the D&D inventory for 28 years. It'll also create over 12,000 construction hours and the sale of this parcel is expected to yield long-term financial benefits and save an estimated $4,500 in yearly operational costs. I'm here to answer any questions if you have any. Thank you.
Any questions from the commissioners?
No, I have no questions.
I would move that we approve this.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Vote number 1 is approved. Vote number 2 is with James Smith. He is a Senior Environmental Compliance Manager with the Real Estate Management and Sales Division of the Department of Neighborhood Development. This vote request concerns a conveyance to KCON Realty Trust. This is vacant land located at Tennant Street in Dorchester. The purchase price is $71,150. James, if you'd present your vote request.
Thank you. Good morning, Commissioners.
Morning.
My name is James Smith with the Real Estate Management and Sales Division here at D&D. On behalf of D&D, I'm here to request approval for the conveyance of an unaddressed parcel of land on Tenian Street in Dorchester to KCON Realty Trust, as outlined in the vote package. D&D conducted a public process that resulted in this request, including community notification letters were mailed to property owners in the vicinity of the site on November 30th, 2016. A request for proposals was issued on December 19th, 2016 and due on January 26th, 2017. The RFP was advertised in the State Central Register December 21st, 2016 and the Boston Herald on 2 consecutive weeks on December 19th and 2016. 2 proposers applied for the RFP, only one of whom was determined to meet the eligibility criteria. And on April 14th, 2017, PFC approved the tentative developer designation for KCON Realty Trust. The vote package includes a comprehensive memo about the project and this request, and I provided a few handouts, including maps and photographs of the site, zoning and assessor's maps, and an aerial and site photograph depicting the site. In summary, if the PFC approves this vote request, it will result in the following public benefits. Revenue to the city and the sale price of $71,150, and returning the property to the tax rolls with an estimated $1,800 a year in property tax revenue. If the commission has any questions, I'm happy to answer them at this time.
Any questions from the commissioners?
No questions. I make a motion that we approve.
Second?
All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Thank you. Thanks,
you.
James.
Thank you. Vote number 2 is approved. Vote number 3 is with Christopher Rooney. He's a project manager with the Real Estate Management and Sales Division of the Department of Neighborhood Development. This vote request concerns a conveyance to Habitat for Humanity, Greater Boston Incorporated. This is vacant land located at 9 Ballina Place and 175 to 177 Norfolk Street in Dorchester. The purchase price in total for the properties is $56,100. Chris, if you'd present your vote request.
Good morning.
Good morning.
On behalf of the Department of Neighborhood Development, I'm requesting PFC approval for the conveyance of 9 Ballina Place and 175 to 177 Norfolk Street in Dorchester to Habitat for Humanity Greater Boston, Inc., as outlined in the vote package. D&D conducted a comprehensive public process that resulted in this vote request. A community meeting was held on February 3rd, 2016. A request for proposals was issued on March 21st, 2016, with a due date of April 28th, 2016. The RFP was advertised in the Commonwealth of Massachusetts Central Register on March 23rd, 2016, and the Boston Herald on March 21st and 28th of 2016. A tentative designation was published in the City Record on October 3rd and 10th of 2016. One proposal was submitted in response to the RFP and was determined to meet the eligibility criteria. A developer presentation community meeting was held on July 6th of 2016. On September 14th, 2016, the PFC approved the tentative developer designation of Habitat for Humanity Greater Boston, Inc. The vote package contains a comprehensive memo about the project. A handout has also been provided. First slide is a site map. The second is a photo of the site. And the third is an elevation and site plan of the project. In summary, if the PFC approves the vote request, it will result in the following public benefits. 3 new residential units. The homes will be affordable to families with incomes less than 80% of the area median income. Revitalization of 2 parcels of underutilized vacant land in the neighborhood. $56,100 in revenue. And due to Habitat Humanity's program model, the city will gain 3 affordable units without the need to provide additional public subsidy. The sale of these parcels will also yield long-term financial benefits for the city. By removing these parcels from inventory, the city will be able to avoid the future costs and liabilities associated with maintaining these properties. In addition, returning these parcels to the tax rolls will generate annual property tax revenue. And I can answer any questions, if any.
Thank you, Christopher. Any questions?
Just curious, how long has the city had these parcels vacant?
You know, I believe it's in the memo. I believe I put it in the
Let's see.
10F designation memo. Definitely
That's
been years.
Yes.
I don't know that off the top of my head, I'm
All
sorry.
right, no problem.
No questions for me. I make a motion that we approve.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. Thanks, Christopher.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Vote number 3 is passed and approved. Vote number 4 is with Christine McQuarrie. She's a senior program manager with the Boston Home Center. Vote number 4 concerns a request to accept and expend a grant from the Commonwealth of Massachusetts Division of Banks. This is to allow D&D to implement foreclosure prevention counseling services for the city of Boston. The grant amount is $90,321.43. Christine, if you'd present your vote request.
Good morning, Commissioners.
Good
My
morning.
name is Christine McCrory. I'm a Senior Program Manager for the Boston Home Center. I'm looking for an accept and expend vote for a Division of Banks Chapter 206 state funding for foreclosure prevention services. D&D applied for this grant in January 2017. We were awarded a grant in the amount of $90,321.43 as a regional foreclosure education center. This is the 10th year that we've received this grant. In 2017, the Division of Banks has awarded $1,050,000 of this funding. The grant supports first-time homeownership counseling programs in regional foreclosure education centers. The funding is possible through administrative fees associated with the licensure of loan originators in Massachusetts. D&D was awarded these funds to support foreclosure activities through the calendar year 2017. We will use these funds to pay staff salaries for our nonprofit agencies who are contracted to provide these services to Boston homeowners. Our nonprofit contractors are chosen through an RFP process. These nonprofit partners provide free foreclosure prevention counselors to Boston homeowners. Our current nonprofit partners are Urban Edge, New Western Community Development Corporation, Codman Square NDC, ABCD through the Mattapan Family Service Center, and ESAC, Ecumenical Social Action Committee in Jamaica Plain. The Boston Home Center and our partners provide free and confidential foreclosure prevention and intervention services to owner-occupied Boston homeowners. In 2016, when we saw a need for additional services, we expanded our services to include home preservation component to serve those who may not just be struggling with their mortgages, but with other economic conditions. These services allow us to help them balance other debts and finances and provide services such as fuel assistance and other things that may reduce their other housing costs too, so that they're able to afford their mortgage. So far this year, we provided 37 homeowners with this service. Residents who reach out get budgeting and financial management services. With this funding, we will be able to fund some of the contracts for our nonprofit partner agencies. The foreclosure prevention and intervention counseling services provided by D&D and our nonprofit partners play a significant role in preventing Boston homeowners from experiencing foreclosure. As of June 15, 2007, foreclosure petitions are down by 27% as compared to the same period last year, but we're still seeing people struggling to meet their housing needs. The majority of the people who are now reaching out to us for services are people who are at risk or delinquent rather than petitioned. As of June 15th, we've completed 248 new intakes and counseled additional 37 homeowners. 203 have received assistance that helped them provide void foreclosure services. Our foreclosure and prevention and intervention services are key to providing them with the assistance needed to help them maintain their homes. And it's the funding help from the, from the Division of Banks helps the Boston homeowners maintain these services for Boston homeowners. Thank you.
Thank you, Christine. Any questions from the commissioners?
No questions. You did a great job explaining some of the details of the
Thank you.
program and the services you provide, so you've answered my questions. I make a motion that we approve unless there's,
Nope, no questions.
make a motion that
Second.
we approve.
All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Thank you. Vote number 4 is approved. Is there a motion to adjourn the meeting for the Department of Neighborhood Development?
Motion.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. The meeting is concluded.
Thank you.
And the reason why it's world-class is because the residents of our city are world-class.
I'd like to thank everybody for coming out this afternoon to help us celebrate the official grand opening of Avalon North Station. So I believe it is the largest single building in the city of a rental. We have the best views in the city. 360 degrees around this building. Every view is a little bit different and shows off a different part of the surrounding neighborhoods in the city. I think it's going to transform the entire neighborhood. So that's something that's pretty special.
People approach our city, they should be